beat tape and then just have hooks, like just choruses. I got to get Willa over. After I heard her voice, I'm like, she's amazing.
Who are you to tell me what to do? Don't tell me what to do, no.
Nashville, known worldwide as a serious music city. We say, would it kill you to laugh a little?
Coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee.
It's live from Little Hollywood. This week's guests, Goffrey Moore and Willa. And now your hosts, Scott Sachs and Gina Frary-Bacon.
Smooth jazz is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your blood pressure just went down?
No.
Oh.
If only it was that easy. Sometimes jazz makes my blood pressure go up.
Does it?
May Pang is going to be on our next episode.
Yeah, very exciting.
And
How did that happen?
she spent more time with John Lennon than me or any of my friends.
And she has an exhibit of photographs from
To
that
prove
kind
it, yeah. And it's not just John Lennon, like, hanging out with John Lennon and Harry Nilsson. And she took the last photograph of John and Paul together.
Wow. Can you imagine being a young girl and being immersed in all of that all of a sudden?
I can't even imagine being a young girl. You didn't have to add you have to add John Lennon to me having trouble imagining being a young girl. I do want to tell you a quick story, and then I want to just get right to our guests, because I heard that life was temporary. That's in the news. That's all the bad news we need. Why do we need more bad? Why do we have to hear about people killing people? People are dying naturally. Why doesn't that make the headlines? Some guy that nobody knows dropped dead today in France. I'm doing the new news.
That was cheerful.
Isn't it weird though that there's like A-list dying people. Like you have to accomplish enough for them to talk about you dying.
Every publication has a dead star file where the obituaries are pre-written.
Oh,
really? Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
Yeah, they have people who write those so that all they have to do is fill in the last paragraph or so.
I want to, you know what?
So when you get to be a certain age, you go into the dead star file.
We did a
or
thing.
Maybe if you're a serious drug addict.
Oh, a dead star file's killer band name.
That is a really
or
good
album
band
title.
name.
That dying people hire to write. They kind of pump up their obituary a little bit. They pad it. They're like a fictional obituary.
Yeah.
Wait,
Obituary.
the fictional obituary fictional.
That's very good.
What was the other thing you said? Star file? What is it?
A dead star file.
'Cause it's dead star files. Dead star file. Anything.
That's very good.
Yeah, thanks. He's just like, it's like a spoiled brat sound, which is, I grew up as a
kinda
spoiled
snotty,
brat.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. I don't wanna go to Florida, Mom. It's really just, he sings like a little spoiled Jewish kid.
Child.
Spoiled Jewish. That's what it is. I'm trying to think of what else I cried about when I was a kid.
Like not getting candy when you wanted it.
Nah, that wasn't it.
Not getting to go to the birthday party.
No, you don't understand my childhood.
Oh.
No. It was like, I don't feel like going to the Plaza Hotel with you and Dad for the weekend. I'm 11 years old and my friends think I'm a freak 'cause I do grown-up stuff like watching Apocalypse Now.
My mother gave me the Tin Drum to read when I was like 8 years old.
They took me to the
It
movie.
has a kid in it. You might like it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there are dead eels coming out of the... Yeah, it was
That's
awful.
insane. Who do we have on today?
We have Goffrey Moore, a producer and guitarist I know from working with our friend Luella.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people.
Jonathan Brooke.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Brooke, I love her.
I think why those two got together is because they both have names that if you try to type it in your phone, you get into a really heated battle with autocorrect. Do you mean Jonathan? No, Jonathan. Do you mean Jeffrey? No, Goffrey. Do you mean Jonathan, Jeffrey, Goffrey, Jufrey, Boffrey, Jonna? No.
We also have Willa Emmitt. That's pretty straightforward. Willa.
Well, Could have been Willow, so she's messing with us too. Nobody wants to be what they want to be, 'cause the name isn't exactly what you thought it was. Well, let's go to
Should we get to it?
let's go to commercial
All right.
and then start with the Goff and Willa.
Let's do it.
Okay. Take me away. Take me away.
While you lay, we lie. You got Ruth.
Hi, I was calling to see if I could get my obituary a little more interesting.
All right, what did you do?
Well, I used to be in the marketing.
You know what? Stop. Doesn't matter. Let's say nonprofit. Maybe throw in a little he gave to charity all his life. You know, that always sounds really nice. Kind of seals the deal, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
You know, you're almost living up to this fictitious life we created for you, little freak boy. Well, I think we're good here. Well, I'm good. You're clearly a mess. I'm gonna shoot this up to the top. Hold on.
We got a whoop whoop from our guest.
We should start filming these and sharing it with people.
You think?
Wouldn't it be weird if we
If we just did this.
if we just it was all make believe and we weren't filming or recording and we were just so like
just for
pathetic.
us.
our
in the
pretend
moment.
show. Yeah.
God forbid, right?
There's something to be said for that. Just do it and let it go.
It's stressful to live in the moment. It's hard. You ever try to do it and you're like, oh shit, I missed it. Like,
Yeah.
Stop saying that. You can't live in the moment.
I'm
You'll be
not good at it.
exhausted. I'll live in the moment when I get to it.
Goffrey Moore, are you good at living in the moment?
Pretty good at living in the moment.
Are
Yeah, I
you?
try to be at least.
This
yeah.
is
I'm getting
Goffrey
better.
Moore.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. This is here. And you're never the center of attention, which I think you like.
I like it that way,
And I always love spending time with you because you're
miss you,
nothing.
baby.
You're nothing like me. I love people that aren't anything like me. They're my favorite people. I love myself. I love who I am, but I really enjoy.
You don't want another one, though.
Oh.
It would be too much.
You ever
know,
see
you
like
gotta
that thing
balance
with
it out.
John Lennon and Bob Dylan in the back of the limousine?
Yes.
It's like so annoying. Like no matter, like I idolize both of them, but like, oh my God, what a train wreck.
Yeah.
It's so, they're just, it's
Too
so
much.
obnoxious, yeah. But I think it's also why you work. Well, let's talk a little bit about Goffrey. Go ahead, Gina. You're like the professional.
What you got?
I would just,
Well-
I want to
it would
know.
all be, yeah. Let's tell Goffrey who he is.
Well, you're a producer.
Yes.
You're a player.
Yes.
But I guess that's part of why you're good at kind of observing. You're somebody who makes things happen for other people in a lot of ways, but you don't have to be the front guy. Does that make sense?
I prefer that, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be in the 90s. I had like a guitar rock band, 3-man, like
What was
drop
it?
D.
Was that here in Nashville or?
No, in LA. Yeah.
Okay. What was it called?
More and More. It's
More
me
and
and my
More.
brother. Our last names are Moore.
More
so.
and more. That's very good. That's
Did you spell
really
it
clever.
like your last name?
Yeah. It was very
Did you
90s.
cover More?
No, we didn't. It's not drop D. That's what it didn't. Yeah, it didn't
Oh,
fit
yeah,
into
yeah,
the thing.
Oh man, at this town with the drop D, every time I pick up a guitar, I'm like, oh, here we go again. Nobody plays normal anymore. Let's explain a couple things to our audience because not everybody is as, lives in East Nashville and is like, it's like we're all like living in a song here or in a band. We're living in it. There's a lot of people, they don't know what a producer does. How would you explain to somebody that loves music but just has no idea how?
I don't
That's a
think
really
it's
good question.
one. I don't think it's one thing, especially now.
What did it used to be in the George Martin days? How would you explain that?
I think ultimately it's probably somebody who helps an artist get to the end of whatever the vision is, or helps them find the vision.
Like they have an
But
idea.
I don't think you necessarily have to have a technical background. Like I think Rick
right.
Rubin, he does. I
That's
don't think
right.
he's ever touched a console, or he doesn't know what chord you're playing or any of that kind of
Right.
stuff.
That's true.
But I think nowadays people associate it more with beat making, for the most
Yeah.
part, which is it's a very different.
Yeah,
thing. I don't
right.
think it's
Producer
the
and
same.
different genres are different things.
Yeah, I think
that's
it
interesting.
means
Well, let's
something
go.
different.
Let's go down that for a second, for real. Like, so country is probably the most like how producers started. That's a producer, old school producer still, right? They're not because they're not making beats and they're not.
It's really formulaic. A lot of country is very formulaic.
What era are we talking?
Yeah.
Well, modern country.
I think now maybe it's the guy who puts it all on the grid and
Yeah.
lines it all up.
Have you seen that video where they overlap like 5 different top country
Yeah.
songs and they're all exactly the same?
the same.
Well,
Yeah.
it's C, G, A minor, F is a very, You gotta like change one of those chords.
Yeah.
I was
Get a
listening-
minor 6 in there and you're getting crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't push
I
it.
call those expensive chords.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last night I was driving back from Chattanooga on a video shoot with for Angel Snow. You know Angel, right?
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. And only her I would drive 2 hours to do a video. I just was like, yeah, I'm doing it. Let's do it. But on the way back, first of all, I didn't have my wife or daughters with me, and I wanted to, at least my wife. Love my daughters, but it was, I was like, come on, we'll have like a date. We'll go. But it couldn't happen. But I got on the Spotify and I listened to the most like I hate that they call it classic rock now, but I love to listen to stuff that we all take for granted because it's just you just heard it a million times. It's like you don't even hear it anymore. So the first thing I put on, and I was Reelin' in the Years.
Oh wow.
And I was just like, I just want to like put that on from beginning to end. And when I say loud, I listen to music loud. I love the way
I'm with you.
I love the way it sounds. And I just was, I'm like, wow. The piano stops at that part, and it's just the when it goes insane. Then I went to, and this is where I started to use body language, Boston. It's been such a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of, I was having so much fun, like the whole
That
way
era
home.
of music is beautiful, but it's so weird how the further you get away from it, what you used to take for granted, you listen to, it's like, wow.
I know.
That's like, it sounds so much of a moment and those people in that room. And
What makes it that way, though? Is it the sound of it? Is it the way things are produced? There are a lot of layers. There are a lot of changes.
Yeah. Well,
No,
with Boston, it
I
was
think
all in
we're
his
just
basement.
on this trajectory that somehow has to do with maybe perfection, that we've been going from the 60s to the 70s and you're kind of getting...
It was a little sloppy it got sloppy.
60s were sloppy and you had less control, fewer mics. And
It wasn't
the 70s,
sloppy in the 50s, and it just gets like sloppy, and then it tightens up and slop. Right? If you go,
Yeah, I think we're on the same,
50s was tight. Heartbreak Hotel is really tight.
Yeah.
All that stuff, right? And then the Beatles and all that stuff was tight, and then it loosened up, and everybody started getting high, and then it got like, all due
Hendrix
respect
and all
to
the late
Janis
60s
Joplin's
stuff,
band,
and,
but you wouldn't let them in on open mic night. Janis Joplin's band, horrible.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry, but not that good. She was amazing. Good enough to have a song that plays 9 million times, but I'm just saying, like, if you listen to live stuff, they're like pretty sloppy for.
Well, they were really high.
Really high.
Really.
So were the Beatles.
Yeah.
But then it got to like Fleetwood Mac and
just more and more control, and
Yeah.
the technology and everything is kind of heading towards a certain thing.
So
and people want things isolated and clean, and
right, Steely
the
Dan.
engineers like, I can't control this because
Yeah.
if we put the drummer in that room over there, then I have more control over the kick drum and the snare. And
Now you and I did really fun stuff during the pandemic where we had a thing called memo or memo to memo for a while, and we ping ponged back and forth voice memos and made
a bunch of songs.
I did 4 singles which were done that way.
See, you couldn't have done that in the 60s. Technology
No.
didn't exist,
But you would when John Lennon when they cut pieces of tape up and put it together, that was like them doing that, but they couldn't do it. Yeah, I would take a walk and have an idea, and I would send it to Goff, and then he would loop it and send it back. And,
how fun.
Yeah, and we're going to actually show that right now. This is called Off the Mat.
Oh, yeah.
I could be dead, I could be wrong, I could be dead wrong. Maybe I'm just headstrong and I'm dead wrong. It's all so easy, skillet greasy. Hold some back, a little bit of fat. Well, still gotta get a handle on that.
be right, I could be on, I could be right on. Overthinking for so long how I did wrong. Shifting my gaze, turning my place. Clean slate, cleared my plate. Hurry up and wait. Every once in a while, I get off of the man. Every once in a while, I get off the man. Every once in a while, I get off of the man. Every once in a while, I get off the man.
Don't need to be cool, don't need to be right when I can just do right. Don't need to be uptight, I'm just gonna do right.
When I spill my cup, I fill it back up. We all break, but change is made from mistakes we make. Every once in a while, I get off of the man. Every once in a while, I get off the man. Every once in a while, I get off of the man. Every once in a while, I get off the man.
I haven't heard
And
that
it was
since.
with,
All of it.
I did. I leaned into it. It was the pandemic. You know? It's a pandemic thing. And I was like, every once in a while, I get up off the mat. Every once in a while. And I played wrong notes.
Yeah.
I didn't even look down. And I put on voice memo and I texted it to him, and it came back as every month out. I get up off the mat every month, and I was like, what? And then I sent it to Oliver Wood and Nikki Bloom, and they voice memoed.
Yeah, everything was voice memos.
Yeah, cool. It sounds amazing. All right, ask me more questions.
What's the first thing you ask somebody when they come in and you're going to produce a song or an album with them? What is the first thing you want to know?
I don't know if it ever really starts like that. For me, it's usually pretty random, and it's usually, well, Willa I met through a friend named Superb, who's a
oh, we know Superb.
Yeah, Superb's a friend, and I met Superb through Luella.
Okay.
And I heard a voice memo of something that Superb and Willa had done.
Okay.
And
voice
it was like,
memos, man.
It's all about the voice
Remember
memo.
you put
man.
your kid, what's your son's name?
Braun.
The applause from his saxophone performance or something from his
Oh,
school.
yeah.
Is
nice.
one of my songs. It's so great.
Oh, that's
Goffrey's
nice.
recording.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
So it was just totally random. I was making some beats that I just wanted to have, like, I wanted to make a beat tape and then just have hooks, like just choruses. So I was like, I got to get Willa over. After I heard her voice, I'm like, she's amazing.
Willa Emmitt, our next guest, by the way.
And then from there, it kind of just, she came over, she sang whatever the little idea I had, and then all of a sudden she just kind of kept going.
So next thing you know, you're collaborating.
Oh, excuse the language. But it just, she had a verse idea and lyrics, and it was like one thing kind of just.
I mean, that's
led
what
to
we
another.
all.
that's great.
That's what we all look for. You know, when we throw the ball to somebody, and then you never see the ball again.
Yeah, it just keeps going in a way that you.
No, I don't mean it that way. I'm saying what we look for, and it's like she took the ball, added to it, and threw it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But most people don't do that. You work with them, do a thing,
rare.
and you
The
never
longer
either
you
don't
do
hear
it.
back from them, or they're just like, yeah, I didn't really, I had to work, and then I didn't really get a chance to. But it's those people that have like the passion for it, and
she's fast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's
it's
just such a different gear.
I love fast.
Yeah.
Creativity.
So it's really cool to just like, you have an idea that was just a thing, and then all of a sudden someone comes and they add to the thing and make it cooler or better or whatever.
We gotta get her on the show.
Yeah, we got to. Love to hear you guys together too. That could be arranged. Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Well, let's bring her on. We're gonna go to commercial, and
then we're gonna talk to Willa, but then we're gonna hear you play a little something together.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Take us somewhere, Sam.
knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Ruth is stranger than fiction.
Oh. Ooh, that's strong. To this thing.
So do we.
Play it on repeat. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be a great way to start.
But we are back and better than ever.
Hell yeah.
We're back with Willa Emmitt.
Hey, Willa.
Hi.
How you
Thank you for
doing?
being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. Yeah.
We didn't ask you yet.
I believe she did.
Oh, did you ask her how she was
No,
doing?
but it's implied. You know, you say hello.
Yeah, it's like
I wasn't. I was
cordial.
implying. What do you think of Sun Ra?
Oh, Lord. I feel like y'all already covered that
Yeah,
conversation.
a
I don't know
lot
how
of-
much I can add to that.
Yeah, a lot of sun, a lot
I
of
don't want
Ra.
to cause any more controversy. You know,
No.
I feel that's a bit of a sore subject at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
go
are
ahead.
so interesting to me because you grew up listening to bluegrass and immersed in bluegrass music.
Yes.
Because of your dad, and now you sing like soul stuff. How
See,
did
now
that
that's
happen?
that's
Does
a, to me that's I'm biased, but that's a happy ending story.
Yeah, that's
That's
more. That's
that's
higher
like
up.
Hey, we're on the same
like
page.
no, I'm not Schindler's List. That's like Wizard of Oz. I don't know what's like a.
Are you not a bluegrass guy?
No.
Yeah. Some people.
Hey,
Well, no, I thought
Look
I,
on your
all
face.
bluegrass people.
I like it. I just didn't realize. Bluegrass is a little like Christianity in the South. It's like I liked it, but I had no idea. I didn't. That everybody's like. Then once I got to know people a little bit more, I'm like, oh, they went to like see like 3 bluegrass. You're like, oh, like you really like bluegrass. Like,
Like you're serious about
yeah,
this.
and like so with Christianity, like, oh, they went to, like you went to church, like you got up and went to church this morning. Like, I'm not saying it's not a.
But
great
you made
thing.
a conscious choice.
I didn't realize.
Right. Yeah.
It was that.
I
Your-
mean,
your dad is Drew Emmitt, we should say, from Leftover Salmon, and you know, it's kind of a big deal in that world. So did it feel like a rebellion when you said this is not the music that I want to
I can
make?
give you a little background music when you tell your story.
oh, perfect. Okay, we got a little beatbox going.
Yeah.
That's setting the mood for me. Lovely. I will say, yes. I've always, at least especially when I was younger, during my teenage years, I was always a little bit rebellious in different ways. And I think that, like, the music that I listened to that my dad just, I wouldn't say didn't like, but he wasn't as, you know, he hadn't grown up around the same type of music. He hadn't listened to the same type of music, different influences. And as I got older and I started to realize, oh my God, like there's this whole world. Like being raised around so much bluegrass, it kind of, and I was telling Goffrey earlier, it kind of, you know, puts you in this state of mind where you think like that's your world. Like there's more soulful bluegrass players. There's more traditional bluegrass players.
And I heard
jam
something
bands,
that.
but
What was the song that I heard that you turned me on to, and you were singing with your dad and
Deep Ellum
Now
Blues.
I listen to that. I'm like, this. I love this.
You got that, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but because it's like R&B bluegrass.
Right, and I think I will say my dad and like Leftover Salmon, you know, which is my dad's band he's been in for most of his life now, they really experiment with a lot of genres. And I think that's what sort of got me on that because...
Because you got a little taste of it.
Yeah, and like they'd have the randomest musicians come and sit in with them. They'd have soul singers. They'd do more traditional sets. It kind of depended. But I do think I want to credit my dad for that. Like he definitely showed me that you can do something that might be bluegrass, but you can take it and spin it and do kind of whatever you want with it. And so his band turned into something different. And then both me and my brother kind of got into this soul thing similarly. So yeah, and then my brother with the beatboxing. Yeah, don't get me started. But yeah, I do feel like it was a little bit of a rebellion for me, but like joke's on me because my parents love the music I make too. So it kind of.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
wasn't it
full circle.
a friend of Goff's and I? Do you know Eric Fritch? Do you know Rob and August?
I don't think so.
Eric said it's the mom test or dad test. Like if your parents like the music that you recorded in the studio, you're doing something wrong.
Oh, interesting. Hey, and that is
right. It shouldn't totally go down smooth with your parents.
No, absolutely. And I think I've played certain songs for my dad, and he's kind of had to contort to like, okay, like what word did she just say, and what is it?
That game is just over.
But
yeah, what is she singing about?
My dad. So of course he's gonna be uncomfortable with certain subject matter, but I think
that's his job.
Yeah, absolutely. But
so what if? Where are you when did you, do you call it a career? Do you have a career yet?
So I would say I am very much in the infancy of my career. I'm building on it a lot, and so I wouldn't say like I've launched into it yet per se.
You're taking your time. You're fast creatively, but you're not jumping into the
right.
Hey everybody, here's my website.
Right. Which I hope to do. I'm especially this year like wanting to get more serious about how I'm marketing myself, how I'm putting myself out there for sure. But
what's your relationship with social media?
I don't love it. I was raised by, my parents are a little bit older, so like I wasn't raised with a lot of technology, to be honest.
Oh, interesting.
I was raised
bluegrass.
Like I watched I Love Lucy when I grew up. It was kind of like I was in a different sort of state of mind when I was younger.
I referred to that show recently because the girls always want to be. Wait, is that why was I talking about that? Yeah.
They want to be part of the show? Because they want to be part of the show?
Yeah. So Lucille Ball, every episode was her wanting to be on Ricky Ricardo's show. So I have a show now, obviously, and my daughters are all like, why can't they like get really angry? And I'm like, I don't know, just 'cause you can't be on every episode of the show. And if I have an idea for like a sketch or something, they get pissed off.
They get a little Lucy Ricardo with it.
They get a little Lucy.
They all sneak in.
Yeah.
Pretend
as you
That's right.
Yeah,
That is a great show.
Yeah, no, it is.
How did you team up with Goffrey? How did you two meet up and start working together?
So we met through my friend Superb. We were working on stuff together, and then...
Oh, that's right. I think I saw some of the stuff you guys did.
Yeah, and then...
Did you do any of those jams in the thingamabop? The what's that? Antigua station? What's that called?
Amqui station.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
But anyway, okay. So Superb, and he's I don't know if he's a hip hop artist. What do you call it?
I would say he's kind of all of the above. He genre bends a lot, and that's kind of like what makes him unique is that he can do hip hop, he can do R&B, he can do folk, and
he's kind of a poet.
Yeah, he's kind of trying to push those boundaries a lot, which I think is really cool.
Are you a word person?
Word person, like
I don't mean like Word document. Can you copy and paste?
Oh God, it's been a while.
I can. Wait, what's that thing? What's the? That should be a dance move. What's the hip hop dance? Like the obvious one where they spin on the ground. That thing.
Oh yeah.
Break dancing. I could break dance. I could copy and paste. I can word and word. But can you? Do you like write lyrics? Are you a word? Are you driven by lyrics, or are you more of music? Do you have something to say? Do you have something to say?
I will say that I get really frustrated when I don't feel like my lyrics are true. Yeah. If I'm trying to force an idea and I feel like it's just for the sake of the melody or the rhyme, and my lyrics seem like I'm kind of coming from a place that's contrived, I do have a hard time with that.
Good.
So I try to at least make sure my lyrics resonate with me. That's kind of like what's most important to me, is that what I'm singing feels real and feels true.
And do you play an instrument, or do you just freestyle sing?
I play guitar, but it's not my main thing. Like, to be honest, if I could have it my way, I would just always be singing over a beat, because that's what makes me feel most comfortable.
That's where Goff comes in.
So exactly.
Do you freestyle at all, or do you write them down before you?
It depends on the setting.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hey. This next single coming out is called Hey Hey. But it's just a little sampling for you guys.
Sneak attack hip
That
hop,
came from the heart. So.
Yeah.
I felt
None
that
of those hays were contrived.
But
I really felt it.
I felt that in my soul.
The first one was. The second one you felt.
Yeah, the first one I was a little nervous.
What's your favorite? Like, what music
right
do you
now.
love right now? What album are you digging on?
Man, I really I'm a SZA enthusiast. I will say I have kind of like.
Did she say the name of an artist in that sentence?
A SZA enthusiast.
Oh, the SZA person? Is that how you say the name?
Yeah, SZA.
Oh, it sounds like I had this friend who had this kid, and he used to, when he said scissors, he always went scissors. So it sounds like scissors.
It's just like that.
Yeah, it's similar.
Oh, okay. So it's not Sia. Because you got Sia and you got
Sia,
Sia.
you know, I'm not super partial. Nothing against Sia, but she doesn't do it for me in the same way. But SZA, like, as soon as I started listening to her first album, Control, like, I was just blown by her lyricism, like, her melodies, her ability to basically everything. But it's also kind of like an energy thing with her. Like, everything she sings is so real, so true, so vulnerable.
Yeah.
She's not afraid to say, like, hey, sometimes I hate myself, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just a very real experience.
It's not easy to do that. Like, it's easy to do it, but it's not easy to let that out.
Right, and to be like, hey, people are gonna.
It's like the no makeup thing.
Do what they.
You could do the no makeup thing and take a picture, but like, are you gonna put it out in the world?
Exactly,
it's intense.
exactly.
Do you like Aurora?
I have not listened to Aurora.
Shit, I thought I was on the. I was so excited about the Aurora. You ever hear of her?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Well, hey, I'm gonna look it up after this.
Maybe it's gonna be your new favorite thing.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm sure it is, Scott.
Well, I think it's very exciting that that you're doing something new and still exploring with it. Goff is a great hang.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And,
I mean,
and just remember, you will not get a copy of your recording until it's finished.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
He holds the phone up.
This I know already.
You know photographers. You know how photographers put on the watermark.
Yes.
He'll just hold the phone up to the speaker and be like, "There's today's."
Right.
That's where we're at. So
no,
that you don't
but
go.
I mean,
it's a great thing.
I like that about Goff too, because a lot of times, like, we won't have worked on something in months, and then we come back to it, and he's got it fully decked out. He's got it fully, kind of in this vibe that wasn't even imagining in the first place. Like, these songs that we have, this EP we're working on is it's all been kind of built over time, because I've been working with him now for a couple of years. So it's interesting to see how the songs evolve, like, as we evolve, you know, as things change and you start to look at them in a different way, which is really cool.
Just make sure, just make sure, like, his timetables, I'm just going to give you some advice here. His timetable's different than yours. I want young artists to always know that when young artists work with, you know, young in spirit and vibe, like I think myself is, but our you know, it's just like
100%,
you just got to get in there, get the goods, and go out into the world.
Yep.
Take that, because Goff is going to give you like just like the treasure of just everything amazing. But you know, he's got a break at 2:30 because he's got to pick son, take something. You know, I'm just saying, like, you just say, Goff, I got to finish this because I got a deadline, because I got to get out there, because I think you have to make it big before you're 30. That's the rule. You have to have a 2 in your age. I got my Don't look at Sally J. I mean, I'm wrong, but I'm right. I got a record deal when I was 29, and I was like, yes, I just wanted to have the 2. Because the Beatles were all
before
21,
you were 30.
22.
Right.
Yeah.
There's just, you know, I'm not, you know, fuck ageism, but I'm just saying, get her done.
Gotta get a move on.
Gotta get a move on. And, you know, because he's, you know, like Steven, anyone with the shaved head, you can't, there's no receding hairline. You can't tell how old they're getting, you know?
That's
they're
true.
like,
It's ambiguous.
it's
That
like
does
Los
make it
Angeles.
hard.
It's like they're ageless. You
Like,
know, you don't know the weather out. You don't know time is passing out
Right.
there. 'Cause it's always, the golfer's like L.A. It's always sunny with
That's
golf.
so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Okay, well, now everybody hates me. All right, we're going to be back, and we're going to see if Willa's got what it takes, like we do every week.
space, babe. I never got to say what I wanted, and now it's haunting me. What's that look on your face, though? Keeping up the act till you have to. Just take off the mask, show me that's who you are for real. Oh, I waiting for you to come. Waiting for you to come. Waiting for you to come around. Waiting for you to come. Waiting for you to come. Waiting for you to come around. Oh, I'm waiting for you. Don't know what else to do. I hate it. Oh, baby, I'm waiting for you. When you gon' sitting here in the dark room, I'm a stranger to myself and to you. Who are you to tell me what to do? Don't tell me what to do, no. But I like when you're right by my side, and I can see something faint, something shine.